Hello, Emmett Ferguson here, and in this video, I will be contributing my body, my physical body to science through 23andMe. And with that said, I did want to share something interesting the other day that I listened to on Facebook, but it was like a Fox News channel debate between some of their journalists or their on-air personalities. I forget what they're called, but with that said, some of their on-air personalities, they were talking about the potential dangers of DNA testing and giving your information and things like that, because it's incredibly valuable. Why would somebody pay money to get their DNA, to give away their DNA, when there's probably a company out there that would be willing to pay me to share my DNA and do those results? But I don't know those companies. And with that, I thought it was interesting because Fox was talking about this topic of the potential weaponization of these DNA tests, because this information is so valuable. I mean, there's hopefully 23andMe is an ethical company, which I assume they are. Otherwise, I would not be using them. I'm pretty sure that right now they're owned by GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, which is a very well-known, reputable pharmaceutical company or like testing research company that's been around for a long time, and they are trusted by very many people. So hopefully they're an ethical company that's only going to do things for the good. Like Fox News was talking about weaponizing our DNA data if it gets into the wrong hands, which is very possible. But you know what? Hospital information could get into the wrong hands. And if somebody really wants to find hospital information on somebody, they're gonna find a way. And honestly, it wouldn't be that hard. Like, if we were to make a Hollywood movie about a way to take somebody's DNA, you would find a honeypot. That's code word for like a femme fatale. You can have her like sneak into a very wealthy mob boss's like hotel, an evil man's hotel, and she tries to, instead of assassinating him, she steals his saliva and like does whatever, and then escapes with his saliva and then sends it to a DNA company, right? Like, so in my vision of what can be done with DNA, I mean, yes, it could potentially be weaponized. It's very dangerous if it gets into the wrong hands, right? But if the wrong hands want somebody's DNA, they can get it and do way worse things. There's probably easier ways to do stuff. On top of that, I think GSK and 23andMe was started and founded and is managed by some very ethical, well-known, responsible companies. Maybe I'm naive or whatever, but I believe that they have good corporate responsibility. So that's why I picked 23andMe out of like Ancestry or the other ones that are out there. The other ones that are out there, I don't even know who they are. So the fact that you're hearing about this, the fact that I know about this, means that they've got to have some reputation. And to finally add to that, this is actually the second 23andMe that I'm doing. So apparently they updated some of their technology, their methods. So there is now a version, I think it's version 5 or it might be version 3. I can't remember if I did version 2 and they upgraded to 3, or I did version 4 and they upgraded to 5. But what they're promising is more and improved data. And I love to know about my body. I love, anything to do with like body, health, wellness, things like that. So in taking this, I probably didn't need to take another one. I probably didn't need to, buy another 23andMe kit just to get some more information. But I found it so helpful the first time because I actually connected with a second cousin of mine. Now, that's pretty rare because the majority, I mean, of the people, you're going to find third, fourth, fifth cousins. And here's what's interesting is most of my family is Chinese. They live in China, where this is probably not massively available. China probably is not willing to let their citizens give their genetic data to GSK. I don't know if GSK I think they're like a German company or a Swedish or something. There's some European company. Maybe they're American. I'm not sure exactly, but hopefully they use this information for good. And, with that said, I have not been able to find too many family members in China that have done this, but in general, the overall health information, the ancestry information, the wellness information, knowing some of my genetic traits and things, that's been very helpful and very interesting to know what I might be uh, potentially inclined to have due to my genes or whatever. So all that health information is very helpful, and it's actually made me feel very good because I know I am not very inclined to have many potentially negative diseases, if you, for lack of a better word, or genetic issues. So fortunately, I'm very grateful for that, to know that, because it does help to build confidence, even if it's just a placebo effect. Just talking about the placebo effect or the power of suggestion, that can have a big power on your body. Now, that's why this does say, there's a disclaimer, and I'm going to make it in this video too. It's not coming from 23andMe, it's just coming from me. So I'm going to say this disclaimer the best way possible. But, always take any sort of information that you get, that you receive, and, speak with a certified professional on it. Just because you find out that you may be potentially pre-inclined to some negative thing, negative genetic thing, right? Like for me, for example, I'm having a hard time putting this in a word, but like for me, example, I am predisposed to type 2 diabetes. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to get diabetes. The disclaimer, right? Talk to a doctor, speak to a doctor, manage your diet, but there's ways to be able to prevent. And once you know things like that, you can potentially change your diet, speak to proper nutritionists and things like that to avoid those things. So with that said, don't let the power of just, what you find out when you do your DNA test, don't let the power of that suggestion negatively affect you. Don't, it can be a mental game too. I'm a true believer that, your mind and your mindset and what you believe in and things like that, and how you allow other things to influence, can have such a big impact. But at the end of the day, I am interested in my physical self. So with that, I'm going to just go ahead and pop this open, if I can do it easily here. So pop this open, and we're going to just do it for a second time. And then at some level, we'll probably get some results someday, but obviously I'm not going to be able to share the results on this specific day. But with that said, let's see. So if I remember correctly, you basically open the box and you register your kit, which I should already have registered. And it says, hi. You're going to have to put it back in the box. So as you can see, there's a peel here section, and eventually you're going to have to put it back into the box. And there's instructions right here. And let's see what the instructions say. Just read the instructions real quick. So as for 23andMe, this is the next version. You got a funnel, a lid, and all that. So basically what you're going to see me doing is spitting in this. So indications for use, contents, limitations. Tell if you have genetic variants associated with certain health conditions, which is pretty cool. Warning and precautions. Wash water with stabilizing. The liquid can be harmful to your eyes. So summary. So let's see. No app, no worries. Follow these 8 easy steps. No food or drink for 30 minutes. So it says register your kit. Sample can't be processed until, so go online and register, writing down the number. So I'm just gonna, don't eat or drink for 30 minutes. Do not stop or change any course of treatment. So don't eat, drink, chew gum, brush teeth, or smoke for 30 minutes before giving your saliva sample. Don't remove the plastic film from the funnel lid. So do not change any course. So fill to the line, spit into the funnel until the amount of liquid saliva, not bubbles, reaches the fill line shown here. Okay, so spit until the fill line, close the funnel lid, screw the cap. Okay, so let's just get on with this. I think I've done this before. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. So here's the box. There's a little sample pouch right here, which I'm going to put right here. Let me figure out how to do this from this angle. So there is a little sample pouch right here. So I'm going to put this little sample pouch right behind it. And then there's this lid thing right here with a little cap. So real quick, let's see what it says. Screw on cap. So spit into the line, Hold the tube upright, close, and push the lid firmly. The liquid will be released. Make sure that the lid is closed tightly. And continue to hold the tube upright. Unscrew the funnel from the tube and discard. Use the cap to seal the tube and shake the tube for 5 seconds, then seal it in the bag. Okay, cool. So pretty self-explanatory. Spin it until it reaches this line here. And let's see if I have enough spit. And then pop this tube open. So and this might actually take a while. I don't have that much spit in me, despite how much water I've been drinking these past couple days because I'm fasting. Got a long way to go, so you can probably fast forward through this video. Oh, so here's some good news. It's not all the way to the very bottom. There's like just this little part right here that you need to fill. So I'm probably gonna do a little bit more because it all looks like just like all bubbles. Yeah, so it's definitely not quite as much. And it's like all bubbles for some reason. But I've definitely filled more. I think I did double because there was bubbles. And let's see. So next step is to pop this closed. That actually accidentally popped open, which probably shouldn't happen. But let's see. It says continue to hold funnel. Okay, so let all the liquid pop into here. And then you have to unscrew this. And then you screw this on. Make sure it's closed tightly. And then you shake it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Now we put it into the bag. We just put it into the bag and then ship it off. And there we go. There we have it. So with that said, this was the 23andMe kit registration plus my experience with the second experience with 23andMe. And from there, I hope you enjoy your experience with any of these types of products. And be sure to find the right companies. Make sure that they're safe, reputable, well-known companies that you think are going to end up using your information for good and to help you. So with that, that's really it. Gonna send this off and then go on with my day. So with that, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.